Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We got it! We got
New 52 book.
it! Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Comics League Movie Night. I am Jared, and today we are talking about Back to the Future, otherwise known as a better Flash movie than the actual Flash movie. What does that tell you? So let's bring in the gentleman. I'll start with the suggester of this film.
I am Phoenix!
Great stuff.
Hello, Mcfly! Anybody home?
Nice. I love that one. I love that one. So let's bring in the other dude.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
How you doing, Teladia?
Wait, what year is this? Is this 1985?
Doesn't seem like it.
I mean, paddle faster. I hear the power of love.
What's up, Thoth? What's up, movie theater king? What's up, Keely? What's up? I don't know. This guy seems like a dweeb.
I hear he makes really crappy comics.
And we got a member in the chat. Hello, Teladia Plays.
I hear this. I hear this guy has a. I hear that guy has a really nice beard.
Yes, he does. Well, present company excluded. Eventually, we will have a beard off, by the way. That's happening. You don't count because you have a goatee. That's not a beard.
Yeah, that's not a beard.
Hush.
That's
This
not
is
a
a
beard,
beard.
Nick. A beard
Oh,
covers the entire
go
face.
Batman, hush yourself.
Oh, or the new Batman villain, Shush. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I wish I was joking, Nick. That's an actual character now.
What in the punchline is that?
He
Nice.
doesn't
I
get
love
it.
that one. So we're talking about Back to the Future. This is a very interesting movie that I enjoy. So, Nick, tell us about why you suggested it, why you like it. Go ahead.
All right. So, I actually just realized I need to go grab something. But Jared, Phil, a few moments. I'll go grab it.
Oh man, he came in so unprepared, so unprofessional. Wow. As a matter of fact, hang on, Nick.
Dweeb.
Well, first off, I resemble that remark. First and foremost. Also,
You resemble that remark? What's that?
so as you can see, I am a huge fan of Back to the Future. I have the trilogy box set. It's the DVDs, but still, I should have brought this with me. So yeah, this was basically like a childhood favorite of mine. It came out before even I was born, but like to be honest, but it was one of those things where it's
So
like
it came out in the Mesozoic era?
I want to give you the bird so badly right now. But this is a pure Christian Minecraft server, so I'm gonna censor myself for you.
I appreciate that.
But no, like it was one of those things where it's like I watched it on VHS.
Oh man, Nick. Well, actually, I can't make a joke about that because I remember VHSs.
Don't mention VHS in front of MME, Movie Madness Entertainment, because he's VHS obsessed right now.
Of course.
But yeah, so it's like one of those things where it's like it's just honestly, it's just got all the things you want. It's got the action, the adventure, the romance, the amazing score by Alan Silvestri, who, by the way, would go on to score many movies you're familiar with, like The Avengers.
Why did you say that name?
Why did I get that?
Who directed Avengers?
But I didn't say his name.
No, but you alluded to that person.
Yeah, you alluded to that person.
He did the score for the Avengers. Like, I think.
also-
I think
He also did an Iron Man
Stretch.
score.
Stretch.
Two
Yeah,
against
Alan
one,
Silvestri's done a
Nick.
lot of
Two
work.
against one, Nick. So we win.
I reject the reality and substitute my own. In fact,
Well,
I'm going to hop in my
remember-
DeLorean and make a timeline where Eric Stoltz was the lead of this. I'll call it Flashpoint.
Yeah, so you know it's kind of funny. Seeing this after the Flash is really like a mind bender because I'm like, oh yeah, Eric Stoltz was supposed to play Marty McFly in the Flash timeline.
So about that. Okay. So here's basically. So they originally actually did want Michael J. Fox for Marty McFly, but he was busy with a sitcom at the time. I think it was Family Ties or something like that. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And so they went with Eric Stoltz, who was more of a serious actor. Like he had a totally different like kind of take on Marty McFly, and they shot for about 3 weeks until they eventually decided, yeah, this isn't working. So they recast him, they let him go, and they brought in Michael J. Fox. And the rest was history. And there's very little footage that has been released of Michael J. Fox, of Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future. But what has shown like actually a much different take. I really do feel like Michael J. Fox is really born for this movie.
He really is. He communicates that like youthful energy and comedy that you get from Marty McFly. What's up, Pika? I just finished streaming A Plague Tale Requiem and finished the game. Nice.
Also, I just have like this kind of has to be said. If you watch this movie and you get Rick and Morty vibes, that's kind of deliberate because Rick and Morty started out as a Back to the Future parody series.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It didn't cross my mind until now.
But
Like,
you know what's also
So yeah,
But
the
you-
Rick and Morty Back to the Future comparisons are very like yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna
But
say, Teladia?
But you know what's also thing is like in 2015, I think there's a fan film or something of like Michael J. Fox, going to the future or something, using the 1980, what's it called, the time machine, the DeLorean, going from 1985 to 2000. I think it's 2015. I'm not sure, but it's on YouTube if you look it up.
Back to the Future Day. Like you're talking about Back to the Future Day, which that's more of like Back to the Future Part 2 territory, which is like the day that Marty McFly went into the future was like something 2015. And when that day was coming up in real life, there was kind of like a celebration of Back to the Future, which like that was actually a really nice time, honestly.
Sweet. And so the movie starts off, he wakes up and he's like overslept. He's chronically late for school, so his girlfriend or girl he likes gets what's the word? She tries to sneak him past the principal. And
Yeah.
what's your idea?
You're kind of like, you're forgetting like the really great like opening sequence where it's all like all the clocks and whatnot, and like
yeah.
you get, like, the really big amp, and he like just tries to do like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but anyone who knows how to play guitar, if like there was like that big amplifier, they would have tried to do.
You're gonna try that, and so basically, he goes home, and we establish that like in this timeline, I'm gonna phrase it this way: his father's a loser, and his boss is Biff. This will be very important when we get to the end of the movie. I know you guys have I've probably already seen this movie, you guys watching, but I like to treat it like this is someone's first.
Yeah, like, yeah. I would say
Yeah.
most people who see like probably see it like a million times.
Yeah, so he goes and meets Doc Brown because Doc Brown says, meet me here at 1 a.m., 1:15. It makes no difference. They show
At
up.
the Twin Pines Mall. I'm seeding that detail for a very important reason.
Mhm. So Marty shows up, and then Doc shows him the car. They make the dog go back in time go forward in time a minute as a test. And I love how it comes back. It has like frost on it. Hey, what's up, Frost? And what's funny is as they're about to use a time machine again, the Libyans show up because remember that there's this threat going on that like the Libyans are trying to get like a nuclear material, so that's why they're after Doc Brown. Doc Brown gets shot. This will make more sense later.
Well, basically, as far as the Libyan plot, they wanted Doc Brown to enrich the uranium. Like, they're actually the ones who provided him with uranium, and uranium was the thing that powered the DeLorean, at least in this initial film. And so he basically swindled them out of it because they wanted him to enrich it and make them a bomb.
Okay, that works. And Movie Theater says, I have never seen Back to the Future 1, 2, or 3. I tried watching a bit of 1, but never finished past the first time travel. Wow. I saw the fight on YouTube in my first time watching it. Oh, wow. I'm glad we can kind of help you. So Marty escapes and Doc is shot. I have to emphasize that. And he goes back in time. And then, yes, we have that awesome Back to the Future theme. I love how he lands in like this barn. The family comes out and it's like an alien movie because the kid has the comic book of the invaders from Mars or something like that. And he gets out. He's wearing the biosuit, so he looks like an alien.
And then as he escapes, you notice how he takes down, like, there's 2 pines up there, and he takes down one of them. I trust me, this will make sense. Like, this film is really great about seeding, like, really small details. Like, for example, the foreshadowing is like when Doc Brown's like, "Oh man, you should have seen this area when I was a boy. Like, pine trees as far as the eye can see. You know, so he farmed pine trees. Obviously, they wrote it a lot better. So, like this film is really good at like setting up, foreshadowing things. Like, for example, the alien. You know, it's like it's where you can really see where Marty gets the ideas for a lot of things that happen later in the film.
So he shows up in town and he's like, "What? It's a 1950s town now." So he's like, "Okay," and
yeah, it's the same town, Hill Valley. But like, what I really like is in the 85 scenes, it's all run down. There's graffiti everywhere. But when he goes to the 50s, it's all cleaner. Like, every shop is open. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. So then what you have, what's cool, he walks into the diner, and I love how that exchange with the chef guy, the guy who runs Chef Island, the bartender, if you will, the barkeep.
Mayor! I could be mayor!
Yeah, and that's a reference to actually earlier in the film when they have all the campaign stuff on there.
See?
I like
foreshadowing.
that. Hashtag foreshadowing. It's a way of bringing it. This whole movie goes hashtag full circle. So
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. I knew it.
There you go. I had to. That's low hanging fruit, Nick.
That is the lowest of low. If you
all of a sudden
I would have been mad.
He hears Mcfly. He turns around, but it's actually his loser father, who's like a major sci-fi geek, which is hilarious. Hey, what's up, JJheat? What are you doing in the chat? Join us.
Join
us. One of us. One of us.
One of us.
Someone join the stream all of a sudden when we're doing One of Us is going to think, what the hell is going on here?
Is this like a cult meeting or something?
Well, it is the Snyder cult.
I didn't know I didn't know it was a robot.
No, I know. I haven't played the Back to the Future.
Nick, have you played the games?
I played a little bit of the Telltale one, like a little bit of episode 1. It was pretty fun. I know there's a couple of them. Most of them are kind of crap. The Telltale one is pretty decent.
Who said Super Sons? And yeah, it's a great movie. I'll agree with you on this one, Tevia. Absolutely. So Marty finally meets Doc Brown, and I love how he has to convince Doc Brown that he's from the future. And then once they're through that, basically Doc Brown goes, "Okay, Marty, this is a very important rule. Don't interact with anything that could possibly screw up the timeline." And Marty's like, "Oh no, I definitely haven't done that. I
totally haven't had my mom try and hit on me after her dad and my grandpa hit me with the car."
Look at JJheat's comment. Like, wait, there's a Back to the Future Telltale game? Yes, there is.
That's actually what I'm wondering, because I didn't know that exists.
All right, I'm pulling up footage.
But so he finds out. So he needs to make sure that his parents get together. So I love how at first he has to convince his dad to go to the prom. The dad doesn't want to because he wants to go see a science fiction theater because the dad's a massive nerd.
Nerd.
So he dresses up in the suit. This is so good. He dresses up in the biohazard suit, and he goes, "But I can't show that because I did get
Music is
dinged on a
off.
pre-recorded one. No. Even if the audio is off, it'll still ding me now."
Oh, okay. Also, I do want to talk about like that scene, like some of the details. He's playing Van Halen, and he's like, "Silence, Earthling," and he calls himself Darth Vader.
I was about to say, that scene was about to go. I love where he strings together like 3 sci-fi franchises. He goes, "I am Darth Vader, an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan."
Oh, you can do that too. Cool. So, Teladia, what do you think of this movie so far?
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I think that Back to the Future is an all-time classic, right? There's nothing that beats that film when it comes down to time traveling and predicting the future.
The reason why I agreed to do it on Comics League, even though it's not really a comic franchise, is because if we're doing geek movies, it's required viewing.
Yeah, this is like this is hallowed ground in the geek pantheon.
Yeah, you can't call yourself a geek and say you haven't ever seen at least Back to the Future 1.
What's wrong, Mcfly? Chicken?
Mm-hmm. I love that. And so finally, George, his father, shows up, and again, Marty's giving him advice. It gets to the point where Marty goes, "Okay, we're gonna go to the dance," because eventually Marty is asked out by his own mom. This has Bruce Timm's fingerprints all over it. I
was about to say, like, did Bruce Timm watch this film and be like, "All right, so I have ideas."
I almost wish the mother's name was Barbara and the son's name was Bruce. Because for some reason. By the way, so real quick, I just want to say, so I woke up today, and so someone went on. So years ago, I did an old debate with Lad on Wonderbat. So someone found that video and comments on it, and they have the most BS excuse for why Wonderbat works. Like, Batman's an alpha male rich dude, and I'm like, you are aware that makes Wonder Woman look very shallow, right?
Really?
Also, like, Superman is even more alpha. He's literally Superman.
And the dude goes, "Superman is a simp and a mama's boy," and I'm like, I know where you align on the whole Superman versus Batman thing.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to BVS, it is very clear that I'm talking strictly Snyderverse, and Jared, you will approve of this, I guarantee it. While she does like to playfully flirt with Bruce, I think it's very clear that like that version of Diana would much more rather go with Superman.
Well, because in that version,
everyone thought
that Zach was going to put Batman and Wonder Woman together, but when you look at it, Batman flirts with everyone.
And she's flirting back. He's playfully flirting back. It's
Wonder Woman playfully flirts. I'll give you that. That's accurate. But I love how Zach just shot down all the Teladia was on that call when we did that. When Zach goes, when you do the math on it. By the way, so it's kind of funny. So yesterday I interviewed John from Beyond Time Comics, and so he mentions about how he loves like the Justice League cartoon, and I'm like, you have good taste, my friends. And I brought up my one ding on that show is the Wonderbat thing, and he goes, "It makes no sense."
See, this is how I liken Bruce and Diana in the Snyderverse. They're like those two friends that are always like flirting, like heavily think, "Oh my god, these guys have got to be big on the side." And you find out, no, they actually both have partners, and they're just like really close friends, and like they flirt with each other because they got that like kind of chemistry, but they just have no romantic interest in each other.
Yeah, because we all know the only person Wonder Woman has romantic interest, short of Steve Trevor returning from the dead, again, is a dude with an S on his shirt. That's for you, Patty Jenkins.
So you're saying there is hope.
Get him out.
But that was a super wonder pun.
All right. You stay down there. So then where was I before we got on this? All right, so
we went on a super wonderful tangent.
Yeah, I wonder if DC will ever try to make a bisexual flirtatious. No, they're not, because Batman's not bisexual.
He's not.
He's not. That comic that was brought up was just him trying to use all the assets to achieve an objective. That was not indicating his romantic feelings. People misinterpreted that.
Yeah, that's like when Skyfall dropped and James Bond was like, "What makes you think this is my first time?" When he was very clearly just not falling for the intimidation tactic.
And by the way, Movie Theater has a good comment. He goes, Batcat, Super Wonder, and Green Fatality. Yes, all three of those I agree with.
Green Fatality?
Fatality is a character that's associated with Jon Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so remember how there's that whole plot where Green Lantern, where John blew up a planet by accident?
Yeah.
That was her home world.
Okay,
Oh,
that's messed up. That is messed up.
And then what happens was a dumb story anyway. Thank you. So what it goes
he banged and then they banged?
No, well, PG-13, Nick. I mean, PG, Nick. So anyway, so she becomes a Star Sapphire and then goes after him, but then eventually they fall in love. That's what that's referring to. So anyway, back to this. So Marty gets asked out by his mom in the most Bruce Timm way possible. Yes, I'm gonna keep bringing that up. And then what's the word? And then so Marty goes, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the dance. I'm gonna act like a total a-hole, and then you're gonna punch me in the gut, and she'll be so impressed. And then he goes, but the father's like a pacifist, so he has to convince him, just punch me.
Yeah.
So
also,
mm-hmm.
one of my favorite moments is where I just like where like it's the day after and like he gets like Marty has like the soda. He's like, Darth Vader came and said if I didn't go, he'd melt my brains out. Like Marty's just trying to get the soda, and then the father's like, I don't know. It's just like to get the whole contrast. I just like that scene.
Yeah, I love that too. And then so Doc has this whole plan. There's a clock tower because part of the reason why. Oh well, this person goes comics like, okay, you're right. Still, Batman is the better superhero, and I'm like, that's just your preference, but okay. But at least he agreed that Wonder Bat makes Diana look shallow. So there you go. Back to the Future is my favorite movie ever. Well, you have good taste.
Yes, you have good taste, KD. No wonder we're friends.
Yeah, but yeah. Fatality will want to revenge on him for killing her homeworld. She terrorized the Green Lanterns and almost killed them the first time. She gets brainwashed into a Star Sapphire. Oh yeah, so that was back when being a Star Sapphire was like a brainwashing tactic. So anyway, back to this. And so let's go on. Where was I? Okay, so he meets. The plan is so. The DeLorean was out of power, so the way they're going to power it up enough to be able to go back in time.
Gigawatts!
Yes, so they're gonna. So they're going. So there's this clock tower. They're going to run wire over to like. Actually, go ahead, Nick. You can explain it better.
All right. So as like I said, this movie is great at foreshadowing. Because remember, in like one of the opening scenes, you had the woman hand the flyer into him, like the lightning bolt struck the clock tower in the 50s, and it hasn't worked since. Restore the clock tower, and like you think it's like this movie just has so many like desperate pieces they fling at you in the beginning, and it all kind of just comes together because like, and then like they had his girlfriend write the phone number on the back of that piece of paper to give him a reason to hold on to it. Otherwise he would just throw it away. And so he has that piece of paper, and like that's like the impetus for the clock tower. Because like I said, the only thing that has like the 1.21 gigawatts is a lightning bolt. And so basically the plan is to like jury rig some cables like a lightning rod so that DeLorean basically gets the electricity right as it's going, and they have to do it like time it precisely.
Yeah, so convenient Hollywood timing, but there you go, because it still happens. So Marty goes to the dance because what he realizes, so he has a photo of him and his siblings, and each of the siblings are slowly being erased.
Earth angel, Earth angel.
Mm-hmm. So he has to make sure that his parents get together, because otherwise he'll be going back into a time where he doesn't exist, and he'll like go out of existence. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, so earlier you had like that scene where I'm surprised we didn't talk about the scene in the car, like that whole sequence where Marty drives him up His mother tries to kiss him, and you get like the famous line, "Oh, it feels like I was kissing my brother," And from there, Lorraine kind of loses interest in him, and so like he walks off, and Biff comes up, and he's starting to essay her. I'm trying to at least keep this somewhat
100%.
like he is straight up trying to R-word her. I'm trying to keep this PG.
I got you.
And so initially, the father, what's the father's name? I can't remember.
George.
George was
You're
going to
a
walk
Back to the
away.
Future fan. You should remember this.
Shut the duck up. You got like this great scene where like he does this, he gets like the look on his face, then he punches him, and then he lifts, and you got the triumph. Like I'm sorry, but like that scene where like he gets her out of the car and you hear the triumphant music, and like they're just looking in their eyes. But that's not the end of that story. Like, sure, like he actually had a character moment, butterfly effect, by the way. But like even at the dance, he's like, so basically the singers, one of them injures his hand. So Marty, who is known to be a guitarist, has to sub in. He's playing Earth Angel. You got that guitar scene. So initially, someone else tries to steal Lorraine, and then the Marty's like, you got the dumb. So then George like punches that guy out, and then he kisses Lorraine, and then like he just like shoots up, and then you got like probably my favorite scene in the in the whole movie. This one is an oldie where I'm from, but for you guys, this one might be a newie. And he starts
He
playing,
sings a song. It gets way too intense for them, and he's like, "Your kids will love it."
Hey, wait. Hey, Marv, it's me, your cousin, George Barry. You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
Yeah, he throws it out. Yeah, I love
Okay,
that.
for those who don't know,
Mhm.
Johnny Be Good was done by Marvin Berry. It was considered like one of the first rock songs. And
Mhm.
and so like when he's saying Marvin, like basically it's kind of implying that they got that, yeah.
Yeah, I love how like this movie has again. This is hashtag full circle the movie pretty much. I should have titled the stream that. Dang it! But
Yeah. Oh, we got a super
for
chat.
$5 super chat, JD says that's an awesome scene with the rock and roll. Yeah, it is. And
I love how
by the
he
way,
goes through like all the different like rock stuff. Like he does like some Who stuff, some Jimi Hendrix. Like he does like the duck walk, does like a lot of Van Halen stuff. I love how like when he finishes it, everyone's just like looking at him. It's like, I guess you guys aren't ready for that. And like the guitarist looking at it, like, my guitar could do this. Fun fact about that guitar. So this movie takes place in 1955. Okay, that is a 1958 Gibson 335.
Oh, that's a time issue there.
I'm sorry, but like I know all these Back to the Future factoids. That this is like, if I seem a little more energetic, it's because like I'm talking about something I love. So like
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome. And by the way, JD, I just want to say thank you for the super chat. I very much appreciate that.
We thank you. We appreciate you.
And then so then we get but he's not out of the woods yet because some dude steals his mom away from his father essentially to dance with her, and then he starts to fade. I'm sorry, the fading hand didn't age well. That CGI.
It looks okay. Like I'm gonna say this. It still looks better than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Why'd you have to bring up
Lawnmower Man looks better than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Why do we have to bring up Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, Nick, why'd you have to bring up Thor: Love and Thunder?
I mean, there's love and there's thunder in this movie.
Oh, did you see?
The best part is I'm not wrong.
Did you see Taika responded to everyone not liking his movie by attacking them? He goes, if you wanted a more comic accurate Thor book, go read the comics.
Well, Taika got booted off of the Thor movie, so I don't care.
And the Star Wars movie.
And
So I'm like, sayonara.
Na.
Speaking about movies,
Mm-hmm. No, later. We'll talk
Okay.
about that on another stream. But
Okay.
so finally George sums up his courage, grabs her and kisses her, and then everyone just reforms. So now Marty has to get back. He runs into town
No,
square.
no. He's going to do it properly. He has to get back to the future.
Yeah. So
But
he
there-
gets.
Sorry, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Teladia.
It's in regard to the Back to the Future film, right? There's a Darth Vader thing. You forgot to mention that.
No, we already talked about the Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did we? I probably must have blanked out.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. But so he runs back. He runs back, and then what's the word? He runs back to the town square, but there's a snag because as they're trying to hook it up, the cord is like snagged and disconnects. What's up, Nick?
Doc, I have to tell you about the future. Like that scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just quoting my favorite lines. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Like he
And-
writes a note, and like Doc Brown tears it up and whatnot. So, but yeah.
And then so where was I? So they managed to reconnect the cord, and at first it seems like Marty is going to go back in time a minute or so to warn Doc. At first, then he eventually they decide, nope, I gotta let go. They just go straight through and goes back to his actual time. I love how when he goes back to his actual time, there's like a homeless dude on the bench. So it's like he's like, nothing has changed. I'm home. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
So you notice how when he pulls into the mall, it's now called the Lone Pine Mall.
Yeah, so the town's name was changed.
No, the mall name was changed. 'Cause remember,
Okay.
in the original, it's called the Twin Pines Mall.
Okay.
But so yeah, I was literally setting this up. I was doing my own foreshadowing as well.
So you could say, Nick, that your joke went #full circle.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, don't
He's
give me that
actually-
look. If you're gonna set me up for that joke, I'm gonna do it.
You set him up, Nick. Sorry, it has to be done.
So what we find out, so he watches Doc get shot, but it turns out Doc had opened that letter and he was wearing a bulletproof vest the whole time. By the
I
way,
guess-
what's kind of
wait,
funny? Wait, real quick. The Libyans were using AK-47s, and those rounds punched through body armor.
Wait. I guess you could say the Libyans should have gone for the head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, why didn't you shoot him in the head? All the bullets hit him conveniently in the bulletproof vest, which, by the way, again, AK rounds go through body armor.
Okay, AK rounds aside, like it makes sense why, as like most shooters are trained to hit center mass because that's the easiest target hit. Like that's why, like whenever they say, "Oh, you should have shot the gun out of their hand," like sure, that's a possible shot, but like center mass is the easiest place to hit.
It's a larger target.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I'm like, a bulletproof vest that blocks AK rounds. Particularly back then. Okay. But anyway, so it turns out curiosity was too much. He had to open the note. So he's like, okay, fine. So then he gives him a ride home. He wakes up to the next day. And again, the timeline has changed again because now his father is like this big, important, like sci-fi author. Biff owns like a car waxing place. So essentially the roles have been reversed again. #full circle.
So okay, I gotta like. So you notice how in the original version their house is really messy. Everyone was kind of depressed. Now their house is a lot nicer. Like both of them dress nicer. So basically, what happened is Marty gave George confidence. Okay, we saw him writing his book, and like so basically. And the book that we see is literally the book he was working on in the 50s.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you, JD, for the $2 super chat. And yes, Thanos is advice for the Libyans. You should have gone for that.
Oh my God. Yes, I love you, JD. I love you, brother.
Go ahead, Nico. Finish up what you were saying.
And can I kind of take you out to like a little bit further? Like what?
Yeah,
go ahead. So he goes out. And another foreshadowing is you see in the beginning of the movie, you see them with a truck, like a nice kind of Toyota truck. It's like, oh man, I'd love to have that kind of truck. And at the end, he actually gets that kind of truck. So there is a fan theory, okay, that Marty's parents figured out he was a time traveler because Marty's dad is a sci-fi nerd. So for him, the concept of a time traveler is really not that far off. You know, because like like for example, you have someone like the guy from the 50s, you have a kid, and he starts looking like this kid from the 50s that you remember. It's like you name him Marty in honor of him, and like he literally talks about setting the linchpin. It's like, so when your kid, when he's 5, when he sets a carpet on fire, go easy on him. I guarantee you, when that carpet fire happened, they probably went easy on him, but they probably looked at each other and be like, yeah. So like, I really think they knew, like they probably, like, this is a fan theory. This is a fan theory. It's just a theory, all right? That they knew, and this is them rewarding him.
And by the way, my first comment from Twitch: petition to pull a random book from, I'm assuming he means my shelf, to search up and read online. We can do that later. But
Okay.
everybody, thank you for your comments, eyes. But so then so Doc shows up, but this time the DeLorean has changed because he went to the future. It now runs on garbage.
That's a bit of an oversimplification, but yes.
Okay, and he goes, no, we have to get to the future. Your kids end up being trouble. You have to help me with your kids. And I love where he goes, Doc, you might want to go back. We won't be able to get 80.
No.
Yeah,
I want to do it.
Go ahead.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there you go.
And like the way the DeLorean flies, like that was like my favorite. Like, oh my god, it flies!
And then he just flies back, and then the movie ends. So
The end.
That was pretty much in a nutshell what happens in Back to the Future. I liked it. It's a very classic movie. It ages pretty well, except for that one CGI hand thing. And I like how many like geek puns are there, like the Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan joke. What's up, Teladia?
Did you know in Back to the Future there was that, I think it was a rock star or something that taught Marty McFly how to use a guitar?
Who was it? I think I remember hearing that.
I saw it on Twitter.
I think I've heard like a factoid about that.
I can't
So
remember
like,
who-
no.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But like one of my favorite factoids is, so Michael J. Fox is actually working on Family Ties and Back to the Future at the same time. Like during the day, he work at Family Ties, and then at night he go shoot Back to the Future. Like basically, a Teamster would pick him up from Family Ties. There'd be a mattress in the back of like a station wagon, and he'd actually get like 15-20 minutes of sleep in between the ride, between the sets.
Wow, man, that's dedication. And he really I'm gonna go back. So let's discuss all the characters, starting with Marty. He's such a man's man. I love that character. He's so funny the way, and I love how he tries to like adjust to like 1955 America. And like all of his sci-fi references, I enjoyed that. Doc was
That's
like
heavy.
What?
That's heavy.
Yeah, I know. No one says well, here's the thing. Nick is perpetually stuck in the Stone Age, so of course he would say heavy.
Well, no. That's it's a running joke in the movie, and eventually, like Doc says, "Wait, is the gravitational pull harder in your time period? Is that why you're saying everything's heavy?"
And Nick, that was a joke. So Doc Brown I love because he's the stereotypical mad scientist, and I love how he goes, I discovered time travel by falling in my bathroom. And I'm wondering if that's a reference to Elvis dying on the toilet.
Possibly. I don't know, but like, oh.
It could be. But so I'm gonna go around and go through your guys' thoughts on the characters. I'll start with Nick because he's obviously a champion at the bit. Go ahead.
So, all right, I'm just gonna say this. This is an 11 out of 10 movie for me. Like, it's just so ungodly perfect. I just, yeah.
Well,
like,
to me, it's a 12 out of 10. So suck it.
Okay, fine. It's a 13 out of 10.
Well, to me, it's a 14 out of 10.
Fine. It's a 15 out of 10.
No, it's a 16. We're just gonna keep escalating.
All right, it's a 20 out of 10.
It's a 21.
God dang it, you hit blackjack.
I got you. But go
What do
on,
you
Nick.
want?
Go on, Nick.
But no, this is just honestly a perfect movie from beginning to end. The story's perfect, the characters are perfect. Sequels.
The one point of disagreement I'll have, it can't be a perfect movie because it wasn't directed by Zack Snyder.
They got a better director than Zack Snyder. They got Robert
Whoa! This is Comics League. There is no better director than Zack Snyder. How could you, Nick? How could you?
Next meeting, he'll be saying
Teladia, you believe this guy?
Zack Snyder
Wait.
could have never directed Forrest Gump.
Yes, he actually. You know what?
This guy,
Zack's Forrest Gump is all the war scenes.
Oh,
ahead,
slow.
Teladia.
It's like 3 hours because it's just slow-mo.
Yeah, go ahead, Teladia.
Next week, Nick will be saying the guy who must not be named is a better director than Zack Snyder.
No, he'll never say that.
That's blasphemy, and I refuse to commit that.
Oh, trust me, there's still time. Nick will do it just to screw with me. But so you were saying, Nick?
I mean, if you're not careful, Jared, I might have you review the first 2 episodes of Dollhouse by the director who must not be named.
No, because I'm under no obligation to do it.
April Fool's Day.
April is still months away.
April's still months away, dude. There's plenty of time for you to find something that will infuriate me more.
But anyway, you're saying?
Teladia, your thoughts on the characters?
I think the characters gel well together, especially Michael J. Fox working well with forgot her the actress who plays his mom.
Leah Thompson.
Yeah, Leah Thompson.
I just pulled that one out of my head.
They gel well together, and I still can't believe at the time they were nearly the same age.
Well, to be fair, she had good chemistry with a duck, so I think she can act with pretty much anyone.
Also,
okay.
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. He was in Howard the Duck.
Okay.
Anyway.
Why did you say that name?
Wait, one more.
All right, now I know the movie you're watching for April Fools.
So move on, Teladia.
I was gonna say, also, like, what I find interesting is Jimmy Olsen was also in this film, the original Superman.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yes,
What's he playing?
he's playing the younger brother or one of the brothers for Marty McFly.
That was him.
Oh, if we're talking about like actors who have been other famous films, the Principal Strickland was the CEO in Top Gun. Like he was.
Yeah.
Like I if you don't do this, you'll be filing rubber dog crap out of Hong Kong.
They should have. They should have actually They should have had him like spill coffee on himself. Well, like someone flies by on a skateboard and then he spills coffee on himself.
Well, then he looks like, I want some butts and I want them now. Like, I love that scene.
But, go ahead,
God
Teladia.
dang it, that's twice.
Go ahead, Teladia.
I was gonna say as well, like the bully, like I was just like Biff, like you gotta feel for Biff. You gotta feel for him because, like, yeah, he got what he deserved in the end, but like, come on, the bully getting, stuff put on him, and him trying to take on, uh, Marty first, and then take on his dad when he was younger. I thought that was pretty cool, and the music goes well with this film. The music it really does for an 80s film. It goes really well, and I really think that this film is endless. What's the word, Jared? Endless time or something. That a movie that can never end. Basically.
Oh,
It
it's a
can be
timeless movie.
Timeless.
Yeah, timeless. That's the word. Yeah, timeless. Timeless movie that can never be done for. That can never be, forgotten. So.
Go ahead, Nick.
So another one, like I'm sorry, I'm just like shouting out some like favorite scenes or moments. I love the wordplay in this. Like in like the chase scene, in like kind of like the middle of the movie. I love it how like the guys were like crap, and then like just ran into the manure. Like I'm sorry, but like the wordplay, because like they said crap and then they ran into crap. I mean they said other words, but I'm censoring it for you. It's just the wordplay. It's just oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, and so let's see what our other comments. And Pika says, I can't stay how much longer. Good night. I'll try better on the next one. It's okay, Pika. We appreciate you hanging out with us, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
And so going further, all right, so for me, again, I like the interaction between Marty and Doc. You can almost see like a father-son like relationship in there, and I believe they go more into that in like the future films. And again, I just love how this movie's a better Flashpoint movie. Because it ends like Flashpoint does. He lands in he lands home, but it's slightly changed.
Yeah.
That is just the most hilarious thing ever. And so, on that note, okay, did you have any trivia you want to bring up for Back to the Future, Nick?
Not part one. If we ever do part one, I'll have plenty. Trust me, I'll have plenty more to do for that one. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a super nerd for these movies. So like,
I got it.
So, what movie are we doing next week, Jared?
Predator.
Oh my god, yes. There will be clips. Like I'm gonna have to send you clips, like the lines, because that's the last movie slash September, right?
Let me check. Actually, no, but actually, yeah, it is. But by the way, actually, I know what we're gonna do. So I have I went to a website and I found 14 quiz questions about Back to the Future. I'm gonna quiz Nick and see if he's really the Back to the Future fanboy he claims to be. If you are wrong, Nick, if you are wrong, I will revoke your Back to the Future fandom on this stream. You will be stripped of your fandom.
You do not have that power.
Yeah, it's his stream.
Yeah, actually, I do, Nick. In fact, you see, here's the advantage of this being my StreamYard. I have...
Okay,
so here we go.
I'm going to give you props. You set that up really well.
Yeah, so I'm going to get... So, first question. What is the name of Marty's band?
The Pinheads.
Correct.
You love how I just said that? Like, I just even didn't even hesitate.
What brand of truck was it that Marty was obsessed with?
Toyota. Like, come on, that's an easy one.
Next question. This one you're gonna get. So I'm just gonna ask and give the question. What nationality were the terrorists? Libyans, because he literally says it's the Libyans.
Yeah.
Next one. What was Doc's like headpiece supposed to be able to do?
Read minds.
Jeez.
He's
You
good.
really know these movies.
He's good.
What did Doc Brown hit his head off of when he invented the flux capacitor?
His toilet seat.
False. It was the sink.
Whatever.
Ah, you got one wrong.
You are revoked.
What is the name of Doc Brown's dog in 85?
Einstein. Jesus Christ. Come on. Challenge me.
Well, you got one wrong, so there you go.
One wrong. I dare you guys get any of these right, by the way.
What date did Marty McFly travel from?
1985.
No. You have to give me
date.
the day, the month, and day.
Okay, I can't remember the exact date, so I'll
Luckily
take that
for you,
out.
there's only one 1985 in this, so...
All right.
Next. What date did Marty McFly travel to with the month and day?
April 13th, 1955.
Nope, not April.
What? Did I at least get the day right?
No, you didn't, as a matter of fact. You're not even close.
Oh, Salty got it. Salty got it.
Actually, Salty, that's wrong. So it's either November 5th or November 19th.
Oh, okay.
Pick one.
Can I say?
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Because
November
Nick
5th.
has failed this question.
November 5th.
November 5th.
Yes, that's correct.
It's the 5th of November. You always remember the 5th of
Bravo
November.
line goes November 5th. Yeah. What
I
speed
mean, the
did the
gunpowder treason
DeLorean?
implies.
What speed did the DeLorean need to
88
reach?
miles an hour.
Thank you very much. In
I
the
mean,
future,
come
in the
on.
future, let me complete reading the question, because otherwise
That
I
is-
will mark this intentionally wrong.
All right.
What was the name of you answered this in the stream, Nick? What was the name of the shopping mall car park where Doc and Marty met at the beginning of the movie?
In beginning, it was a Twin Pines Mall. At the end, it was a Lone Pine Mall.
Okay, that works. Okay, next one. What is the theme of the dance at the end of the movie?
Enchantment Under the Sea.
Jeez. What was the name of the song that was playing as Marty began to disappear?
Earth Angel.
Yeah, I was about to say, even I know that one because that song is stuck in my head because of this freaking movie. What is the name of the town where Back to the Future is set?
Hill Valley.
What was the name of the song performed by Huey Lewis and the News that featured prominently throughout the movie?
It's a power of love.
All right, Nick, let's see your score. You got a 14 out of 4. Well, actually, no. Technically, you got a 12 out of 13 because you missed 2 questions. I marked them the correct answer.
That's still really good. All joking aside, Jared, I dare you. You would not have gotten any of those.
I would have gotten most of those correct. Come on, I just watched the movie. I just watched the movie, Nick.
Even you were marveling, like, oh, you're like, dear God, this guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't have gotten it.
Mm.
You realize this is my stream, right?
He's got unlimited power.
And
All right.
just for that, I'm going to take off 4 more points. So now you have let's see.
All right, I got one for you.
5 out of 14.
What was the name on the tape that Marty McFly put into his Walkman?
I wasn't paying attention to that detail, so there
Van
you go.
Halen.
Okay, but of course you know that. I have to watch the movie again to really understand, because I haven't watched the movie in a while after today. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna so that was fun. Let's do another one. Let's see if I can find another really, really tough one.
Oh, we got John Douglas in the chat.
Hey, what's up, John? You beat me to you. I can't highlight that question, but that's a good one. I love that one.
We got the Iron Age King in the chat.
There you go. The hardest Back to the Future quiz you'll ever see. Let's see, Nick.
Oh, a challenge.
You already got. Wait, are these the exact? These are the exact same quiz. Actually, no. Actually, that there are a few new questions, so we'll try this again. You already know his band is called the Pinheads, right? That's a stupid name for a band, but okay. The terrorists are from Libya.
I think you boys are just way too loud.
How many gigawatts are needed for the flex capacitor?
1.21 gigawatts.
Okay.
Gigawatts, whatever.
On what date does Marty actually travel back to the future? I think you already got this one. It was like
I got that one
November.
wrong, so mark that as an L.
All right, so it's November 12th. So there you go.
Okay.
Marty's uncle is called or named.
Ah, crap! I can't remember the name. I know he was.
I think I know this one. I'm gonna put a guess in. No, it's not. It's Uncle Joey.
Yep. That sounds familiar.
Yep, sure it does. Ronald Reagan is the president, but the vice president is.
Who is the vice president? Jimmy Carter.
That's not an answer.
Oh well, George Bush.
No, it says Ronald Reagan is the president, but the vice president is.
I know this. I know this is a joke because it's in 1950s. Like,
I'm gonna give you 3 options, okay?
Okay.
Let me read all 3 before you blast out an answer. James Dean, Jerry Lewis, or Jimmy Stewart?
Jerry Lewis.
Correct.
I was going by which one sounded the most familiar. So,
Hey, you. Wait. Get your damn blank off her.
Hands.
Nice.
Yeah, that's easy.
At
I
the
mean, you can-
diner, what does Marty actually get served?
Well, I know he orders a Pepsi free. Is it chocolate milk?
That's not an option. Because
What are
that
the
was
options?
George.
Okay. What are the options?
I already put it in there by accident. I got it wrong. I put down Pepsi free. It's actually coffee.
Okay. Yeah, because
So-
the Pepsi free is what he initially like. Oh yeah, tab. Yeah, John's got it right. It's tab.
Mhm.
But he initially orders a Pepsi free or like whatever. It was like some '80s variant or something.
What's the name of the principal of the school?
Principal Strickland.
That's exactly what I was going to put in. According to Doc Brown, lightning strikes the clock tower at what exact time?
12:03 a.m.
A.M. A.M.
p.m.
Nope. 10:04. You were way
Okay.
off. But
All right.
Teladia, did he just say 10:03 a.m. in a
Yeah,
movie that
he
he
did.
knows every part of it as? What the? Yeah.
Shut the duck.
Thank you, Tevia. Thank you, Tevia.
See, unlike this movie, I am not perfect.
See, the problem with you, Nick, you know all the details everyone's supposed to know, but you don't know the other details. You
Oh, shut the
apparently
duck up.
are
You
not
don't
as
know
big of a fan of this movie.
Shut the duck up. You wouldn't know half the stuff that I'm spouting.
What's the name of the mall where Marty and Doc meet? It's a Twin Pines Mall, right?
Initially,
Where they meet initially in 1985.
It's the Twin Pines, yes.
Oh wow, this question was wrong. This question's wrong because it said it was the Lone Pines Mall,
Well, it was that's what it was at the end.
but they didn't specify that in the question. Here's the quick question word for word. Are you ready? It says, "What's the name of the mall that Marty and Doc meet at in 1985?"
Okay, this question implies it's at the beginning of the movie.
That's why I put Twin Pines.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Like they worded it wrong.
How many times does Biff call Marty a chicken?
Okay, I'm taking the L. I don't know that one.
None. He doesn't call
What?
Marty a chicken. He calls George a chicken.
That is a trick question.
That is a trick question. Jeez. How much does Biff have to pay to get the crap out of his car?
I can't remember.
We got him. It's actually $300. So the question is,
Wait, also you gotta think about that. That's the 1950s money. Like I actually kind of wonder what the conversion is. Like,
and by the way, Nick, so the score is gonna be slightly skewed because I got a couple of quick questions wrong. So I'm gonna give you 2 extra points. So you got so you get a 9 out of 13. If you're really a
All right.
super fan, you should get a 13 out of 13.
all right.
Real quick before we log off, I want to try something for me.
By the
Actually-
wait. So I put into a conversion calculator, and adjusting for inflation, that $300 cost Biff almost $3,436 in today's money.
Jeez. Johnny, what band was involved in this movie? The earliest work was a little too new wave for me, but when sports came out in '83, I think they really came to town commission artistically. Man,
Wrong
Johnny's
movie!
oh wait,
Yes.
is he talking about part
John,
2?
yes, John, I have heard of Huey Lewis in the news, okay? I have heard of Huey Lewis in the news, all right? And I am familiar with Too Hip to Be Square. He's quoting American Psycho.
Oh wow! So here's what we're gonna do if you get payback from me, Nick. I want you to Google a Snyder Cut quiz.
Oh, okay.
You can quiz me once.
It's not a fair fight because you're going to get probably most of these answers.
How many times have you seen Back to the Future?
Okay, so it's literally called the toughest Zack Snyder's Justice League quiz on the internet by What Culture.
All right, we'll try it. Go ahead.
What is Darkseid's advisor called?
Okay, advisor. I'm gonna go by Jasad.
What is the first act called?
Don't count on it, Batman.
What is the term for when the three mother boxes fuse?
The Unity, mother.
Even I knew that one. Dear God. All right. Who is the nanotechnologist that works with Silas Stone?
Ryan Choi. Because he becomes the Atom.
Where do the Justice League first meet Steppenwolf?
First meet him, they're in the silo under Gotham Harbor.
So Gotham?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Who hits Darkseid with an arrow?
Hippolyta, or more accurately, the Amazons, because he catches her arrow and crushes it.
So you're saying Hippolyta, right?
Yeah, just say that.
Okay, because these are multiple choice ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the three characters did appear in He Who Must Not Be Named Justice League? So these are the ones who actually did, who I'm gonna name you the characters. So which of these characters did appear?
Okay.
Iris West, Mira, Volko, Granny Goodness.
Mira did appear, because the minute I hear Iris West, no, Volko's not in there, and Granny Goodness is not in there because Darkseid's not in there.
Yeah. Okay. I guarantee you're gonna know this one. How long is Zack Snyder's Justice League? And this is in minutes.
Okay, so it's 4 hours. So 60 minutes times 4, 240. Is that an option?
I'm gonna read you the choices and you decide.
Go ahead.
181, 202, 222, and 242.
Oh, geez, you know what that is? That's not the release. That's on HBO Max. That's like the original thing. What's the answers again?
180. These are in minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
181, 202, 222, 242.
I'm gonna go with 242.
Okay. What is the first thing Superman says?
Oh, okay. In the Snyder Cut, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is in the fight. Can you give me the choices?
Not impressed. I gotta go. Did I not before? Watch it.
Did I not before? Because that's when Lois says you spoke.
So that is the first thing he says?
He says, technically, what he actually says is, this is home, but of those options, that's the earliest one.
Also, can you highlight John's latest comment? It's great.
Yes, thank you. Boom shakalaka. But
all right, so did I not before? That's what I'm picking.
Did I not before? Just go with that one.
Which of these Steppenwolf lines is not in He Who Must Not Be Named Justice League?
Okay, so I'm going off of the non-existent cut. Which of those are not in that cut?
Which of these lines did Steppenwolf not say in the wrong version of the movie?
Okay, go ahead.
My axe is still slick with the blood of your sisters. Why do people keep telling me that? Primitive beings, this world will fall like all the others.
The question is, which ones are not in there?
Yes, I think you can only pick one. Which ones is not in the wrong version?
Read the questions again. I mean the answers.
My axe is still slick with the blood of your. You know what?
I got it.
No. I got you. I'm just gonna share the screen. This makes it easier.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Primitive beings is in there. Well, let me see. I have to think. So hang on. He says no protectors here, no lanterns, no Kryptonians. This will fall like all the others. I'm fairly certain that that's the answer, but let me see this. What if that's in there? Why do people keep telling me that? I'm gonna go with this rule will fall like all the others.
Okay. What is Batman's battle tank?
The
called?
Nightcrawler.
Well, that was easy.
I love how they have like Colossus, Juggernaut.
Oh, this is easy.
Ray Porter. You don't even have to read that question.
Which temple does Hippolyta light up within the Shrine of the Amazons?
Shrine of the Amazons. They say that in the news thing.
All right. Which scene wasn't filmed during the final reshoot?
Dark Side Apocalypse, The Nightmare, was not filmed during the final reshoot. So the Nightmare was Batman meeting Martian Manhunter technically was filmed. I'm gonna go with Dark Side and Apocalypse.
Okay.
What was the original 2017? Just move on. Where does Bruce first meet? Okay, so oh boy. Okay, so all three of those could be the answer. I believe it's. I'm gonna go with Iceland.
Oh, remember, this is an option.
Wait. I'm gonna go with undisclosed. Actually, I think
You final
that's
answer.
a safe one. Final answer. Change machine.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
What is Darkseid's last name? We will use the old ways.
I mean, come on.
I should know that. What is the epilogue title? A Father Twice Over.
Okay.
How many questions are there? Who does
I'm
Zack
not
Snyder
sure.
cameo is? I know this one. Scroll down. Customer at the coffee shop. It's a blink and you miss it thing. What did I miss? What did I miss?
It
Can
doesn't
they show
say.
you?
It doesn't
Oh
say.
God! I think I got the Iceland part wrong. I think.
Wait.
Here we go. So scroll down. Show me the ones I got wrong.
Oh.
Wait. Show me the
Artemis. It was Artemis.
You know what that is? Oh, wait a second, Nick. That was actually in the history lesson scene. So I guess kind of, but a lot of Amazon.
Oh my God! I mind fricked you. I totally mind fricked you.
You douchebag! You know what? I'm taking that one back.
I mind fricked you. Oh my
You
God!
douchebag! You sabotaged me. You know what? I'm taking back Iceland. I'm taking back that correct answer. I'm going with the 95.
You know what? I'm gonna let you because like you were originally really solid on that, and then I mind fricked you.
I knew it was a cold play, so there you go.
cold play.
Okay, so I'm taking back that answer. So I got 95. Thanks a lot, Nick.
Meanwhile, I'm here just taking back Sunday. So.
So on that note, I think that was a fun one. You know what? We should do those trivia things after we do a movie. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Especially for the ones where like we know them really well.
I did about as well. See, here's the problem with that one question talking about the arrows of the Amazons. The Amazon shot arrows at Steppenwolf and hit him, and he flexed, and then the arrows broke off.
You know, for our Ghostbusters stream, if we get like a Ghostbusters super fan onto the stream, we should like give them the quiz.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Nick, I'm taking back the Amazon one too because you know why? You didn't read me the answers.
Initially, I didn't.
Because if you did,
you didn't read me the answers for most of those for the Back to the Future ones. So fair play.
No, but you had already established the precedent for doing that. So there you go. Because if you had read me Artemis and Hippolyta, I would have been like, no, it's Artemis because in the history lesson she fires it.
John volunteers himself as tribute for the Ghostbusters panel.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, that's fine. So we'll talk all off stream. But on that, I love me some Ghostbusters. You must be talking about the 2016 version.
Yeah.
I had to do that.
And on that note,
let's wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys.
Make you.
Sorry.
Oh, it's my show. So on that note, everyone, stay heroic. guys, I'll go around. Teladia, where can one find you, and what have you got coming on the channel?
So you guys follow me on Twitter at Teladia. Or why am I keep saying Twitter? I'm an X. At
Just say
Teladia.
Twitter. People know what you're talking about.
Okay, Twitter at Teladia Plays _ and on YouTube at Teladia Plays. As I'll be doing a Batman Arkham stream tomorrow. That
They'll
is
be
going to be
punching
it.
more air.
I'm not. I'm just going to pretend you. I'm just ignoring that.
Here's
anyway.
Teladia. Here's Teladia. You ready? That's his Batman.
Well, actually, by the way, John, we're covering the original Ghostbusters from 1984. They didn't make a Ghostbusters film in 2016. They made an adult film parody in 2016 that didn't really do that well. But you know.
But I also got the Super Wonder series that's happening next week. On myself and Jared are going to do that.
I think we're on issue 4, right?
It's issue 4, the one after Zod, introduction of Zod.
That should be issue 4, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be issue 4, and myself and JJheat are doing a collab next week. We're going to go over, I think it's episode 6 to the rest of the season of My Adventure with Superman. My God, I can't wait to talk about the losers of Lois Lanes. So So we'll be talking about
Illusions
that.
of Lois Lanes, otherwise known as any version of Lois Lane that's not in the movies.
Yeah, and also we'll be doing I'm gonna try and do a members collab hopefully soon. That is myself and Jive. We just gotta figure out a day, a time to talk about the New 52 and why the New 52 is much better as a comic book series compared to what we got now. So that's something we want to talk about on the members.
So Nick, where can one find you and what have you got coming on the channel?
All right, so in less than an hour, wrong thing. But in less than an hour, I will be doing my Spider-Man live stream. We'll be playing through Spider-Man Remastered with these Chuckle Fricks trying to get me to go insane. They've been doing their best, but so far they've come up a bit short. So we'll be launching that at 8 p.m. and then got Avatar rewatch on Monday, and then the newest episode of Comics Watch, which that one's going to be a doozy because we're gonna put some kinks in the old bat armor.
Yeah, of course. And in terms of Comics League, I'm recording Super Wonder. Obviously, all the collabs I do with Nick, I'll be on the Spider-Man stream. We'll be doing Justice League rewatch, Avatar rewatch, Indie Wednesday, and obviously it's Super Wonder Legacy. And again, next week's movie night is Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper. Yeah, there you go. I like that. We got that one,
Jared.
And
if you give away a prediction another time, I will bleed you.
And what's next? I would like to also thank everyone that gave super chats. And by the way, give a shout out to the members. We got Jenna, we got Martha, we've got Master Sergeant, Teladia, and David. So thank you all for supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the content we make, just go down to where it says subscribe. You can also join. And also like, comment, subscribe, and share this with anyone. We're on the road.
Your army is growing, brother.
We're on the road to 1K subscribers. And yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. So stay heroic and have a good day, everyone. Great Scott!
Everyone!